All right, so let's look at some examples of normalization. Let's say we were doing a course registration system. As you can see here, I have a layout of a table. We have a student ID, the student first name, last name, their first course, their start time of the first course, the stop time of the first course, the instructor for the first course, the course number 2, start number 2, stop number 2, and the second instructor, and so on. And what we want to do is we want to put this in first normal form. So to put it in first normal form, we have to look for columns that are the same. And as you can see, we have course, start, stop, and instructor, which all look the same as we go, even though it's course 1, course 2, course 3. Now the reason we want to put it in first normal form, you can start seeing it, is we want to see who's registered for 4240. Well, we can see Fred's registered, Wilma's not registered, and Betty's registered. But if we look over here, Wilma's registered as well, because we don't know what order they're in. And so that's one of the big problems when we need to use SQL. We need to have all the information in the same column. So that's what we want to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this information here, and we're going to make a new table out of it. So we're going to make a, let's say, registration table. And so we're going to have a registration ID, and that will be our primary key. Then we'll have a student ID, and then we'll have a course, a start time, a stop time, and an instructor. Now what we need to do is we have to take this information and copy it down here, and this information and copy it down here, and this information and copy it down here. Now as you can see, this is all for Fred, so it's going to be the same ID number. So even though we are putting it in first normal form, it doesn't mean it's going to be more efficient. It's just going to mean the searching is going to work better. So we've actually added 2 more cells of information, which is Fred's ID number. So now we need to add an primary key for the registration table, and this is just going to be a consecutive number. So this will be 1, 2, 3. And of course we'll have 4, 5, 6. And we do Wilma's, which is going to be 102 because she's registered for 3 classes as well. Of course, it doesn't have to be registered for 3 classes. It just so happens she's going to be registered for 3 classes. Now, as you can see now, if I want to find out how many people are registered for INFS 4240, all I have to do is look down this single column now. And that's the beauty of putting it in first normal form. We start having to only look at one column to be able to look at our information, to find out our information. And that is first normal form.